And like, you guys, he just like freezes in place. He won't move. He won't jump on beds. He won't eat sometimes. Like, he's just a nightmare about it. And so, like, we finally, eventually, after, like, 2.5 days, had to, like, take it off because he was just, like, bad. And, like, listen, before anybody's like, he's probably anxious. He's probably... I understand. But, like, the sweater was so light. Also, he shivers because it's cold. So, like, if Teddy could
But he'll also shiver with it on because of the fact that he's like, I hate this so much.
Yeah.
The worst.
So he has been grumbly because of the sweater. Oh.
Gotta save Jean's kids.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Jean's kids.
We're just kidnapping cats, you think?
I thought that was Jean for a second. I was like, why is he not talking?
You forgot it wasn't Jean?
I thought that was Jean, and I was like, why is he not talking? And then I was like, oh, that's right. Jean has children we have to hunt down. So, yeah. And then this morning... Again, woke up pretty early, which he's not used to. He's used to me kind of waking up around like 8 or 9, if I'm home.
Oh, right, my bike crashed.
And
I was like, why's my bike way over here? Oh.
I put him... Oh.
There's a Scorp.
Oh, that one's like different.
Get fucked.
Nice. Red boy.
Black Scorpion.
Black Scorpion.
That's a color, I guess.
Sure. But... Sorry.
We found a lot of things in this, like, desolate wasteland area.
Yeah, it does make sense there's more scorpions here, though.
I mean, sure. It's just, I feel like we found things a lot easier. Like, 2 comics, 2 scorpions. Actually, I think 3 scorpions. And a cat.
Yeah.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Nice. Good reference.
Thank you. It's also getting to be that time.
That's true. But yeah, so when I woke up, I put Teddy in his house last night to sleep rather than let him sleep in bed with me. Because... Again, I needed to get some sleep, and I didn't trust him to not bark, especially because, again, I went to bed so early, and you were streaming, so I knew, like, the moment you came down from streaming, he would bark. So I was like, let me just put him away. Like, sorry, buddy, but gotta happen. And, you know, my thought process was, like, in the morning, I'll walk him when I get up to go to school, and then I'll just, like, let him stay out, you know, because he's pretty good about, like, hanging on his own, even when you guys are asleep and I'm gone. And so I opened his house, his, like, little kennel door, and he just, like, stared at me. And then he started stretching, but he stayed in the stretch position. Like, not laying down, not standing up, just, like, mid-stretch position, just stayed and, like, stared at me. I was like, Teddy, come on, finish your stretch. And I, like, moved away from the kennel to give him some space, and I was like, okay, come on, you come on, stretch. Stay in that position still. I was like, Teddy, come on. So I like, kind of tickled his armpits, like, come on. And he, like, finished that stretch and then went right back into a different stretch position, or the same stretch position, but then, like, stayed in that one, too. And I was like, Teddy, what are you doing? So then I, like, went to tickle his armpits again. I tried to, like, pull him out or, like, help him come out, and then he just, like, laid down. I was like, okay, I guess you're just staying in there. So I closed the door to see what he would do, and he just, like, kept looking at me, like, okay. And I lowered the, like, cover of the house. And, like, 5 minutes later, before I left, I, like, kind of peeked in to see, and, like, sure enough, he was curled up in the back, full. God damn it. 4 of these? You guys are terrible. Hey, this is not nice. You know these guys are hard, right?
Anti-gravity death force!
Idiot blockheads are hard. Anyway, he was just the worst in that. He wasn't, like, I was late because I spent time trying to, like, convince him to come out. Motherfucker, you went out, yes or no? Hey, stop it!
Raspberry!
God, the rest of them is pretty clutch.
Yeah.
Come on!
No!
Ooh, gotta run. Oh, you can, like, walk while
you
you're
can walk in
running.
charge. That's good.
I think I'm
Really?
new to this game.
His big rumble.
Yeah, Teddy's weird when it comes to, like, food stuff he doesn't want to do. He will just pretend he's stretching forever. Just go to.
Much like when he's fighting and he's not supposed to, and you're like, hey, and he'll pretend yawn. Like, awkward. I don't want to fight. It's like,
I would never fight.
I would never lopsided
Nerd.
Poison berry.
No,
Yeah.
cherries. I feel like we haven't scored any of those this session. It's like
we got the one that leads to.
Yeah,
oh,
the
fuck, are you
one.
kidding me?
versus other sessions where you're just like, yeah, grapple, yeah, money, yeah, dude.
Right on. Raspberry. Double kill. Blueberry.
Give me
Triple
your
kill.
stupid shield. Don't grab me.
No, I tried to grab it.
Cranberry.
Dodged my grab.
Let me grab you.
Just as bad, actually.
You're gonna do that.
No, not bad.
I mean, I guess what you guys are doing is weird. Like, fuck your shield. You don't just bump into each other.
Strawberry. Right on. Raspberry. What's wrong?
Please? Yeah, cherry.
Utopia coins!
Money! I forget, are the Utopia points the currency for like paying to get into the rank matches? Or is that the one you pay to like rank your stuff up?
I think that's for improving yourself.
Okay. I don't remember. What the hell? Who's shooting the ball?
Screw crusher dead kick.
What? You just put up another shield? You shot that same shield like 6 seconds prior.
Seems fine.
There's just no cooldown on that, huh?
Raspberry. Double
Even Captain America gets like, oh, shield.
Blueberry. Triple kill. Cranberry. Super kill.
I know I just mentioned Captain America. Please don't talk to me about Marvel. I don't know anything about it. I have nothing against it. I just don't know shit. I, for some reason, now know a lot about the Batman family. Because I've learned vicariously through somebody that I've always up with who really likes them. And then also, now there's the Wayne family comics on, like, Webtoon. Which is like them and their lives. Fuck. Sushi up, maybe.
Screw crusher dead kick.
Hello? You weren't even
Anti-gravity
shielding!
death force.
Oh, I forgot you had these moves.
Yeah.
We're learning! Yeah, we have been trying to record either Snap or this, but I told Sue
Bro.
straight up, like, listen, I just took that exam today. I'm not gonna have time to prep for Snap, but I am more than happy to just kind of, like, hang for something like this where I don't have to put in a lot of effort. It's just kind of me watching and existing in the presence of everything Travis does. No! Where's the other fucker?
You know, I don't know.
I don't blame you, but... Hello?
Alert?
Hello? Billy? This is...
This sucks.
Oh, God. There.
Screw crusher dead
Nice.
kick.
Eat shit,
Idiot. Will Travis touchdown listen to the Natural Lyrics?
dude. I don't think so.
No, I don't think he uses
I think it's too mainstream, bro.
right. Maybe he listens to Dusty. Dusty's got problems.
Hell yeah.
I don't even think that much. Yeah. I feel like if Travis were an American and consumed American media as a result, he would be like...
Doesn't he live in what would be considered America in their world, though?
I mean, it's Santa Destroy, but like that's not considered the U.S.
I guess
don't
that's
think.
true. We don't really know where
He is an otaku. Okay,
He
I guess
is.
conversely, if he were in Japan and exclusively consumed American media for some reason, I feel like he would be like a Kevin Smith fan.
That makes sense. I can see that.
Where it's just like you hear the name and you're like, oh, I know who that guy is, but you haven't watched all his movies. You don't listen to his like podcast. You might not even know that he has a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that. I'm familiar to some extent with
Right, I'm only somewhat familiar with his work because of a friend of ours who is very much into that. And that is not at all a judgment on Kevin Smith or people who consume his
or our
his
friend who
works.
consumes his
or,
works.
Or our friend, for that matter.
Because it's good stuff. Like, I mean, what little I have seen or, like, am familiar with, like, is good. Like, but, like, it makes sense. I could see That
I
being
just
Travis.
get that vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Strange amount of like dead ends. That I you know, whenever you think of a dead end in a game, like you think, oh, loot.
Yeah, no, it's just kind of empty, pointless dead ends.
Yeah, not a huge fan, but I guess
That's alright, I mean.
I guess that's Suda's way of being like, listen, you don't always get rewarded for looking around. Sometimes you're just being nosy.
Yeah, so it's fair.
Sometimes exploration just means you're a nosy bitch.
That's it, you don't always have to be rewarded for your, like, excess exploration.
Yeah.
What are you... Ooh, you're spinning too much.
I'm trying to navigate this area as quickly and efficiently
What's the
as I
yellow
can.
circle again?
Usually it's like a combat area.
I don't know.
Okay. You know, yo, fucking go.
Yo, go! Not because you told me to, though.
Fuck would you told me? I was trying to maybe talk to him, not shove him.
But I
into
guess.
the locker, but
He really did,
you
coach.
know how it be.
Is it you?
Well, no, it would be like one of those diamonds.
Hey, where the fuck are the diamonds?
Where the fuck are the diamond? Bubbie, 2021.
Me watching Steven Universe. The fuck are the diamond? God, I have to watch Steven Universe Future. Don't at me. I watched the original series, and then at the end, with the finale, I was kind of like, okay. I know it's not you guys' fault that it's the way it is, but I don't love this. I didn't hate it. It just like was like, okay. So then when everything, like the movie came out and then the Steven Universe Future came out, I was like, I think I actually need to not watch this immediately. Based on
So
how the finale
still salty?
was. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even say salty, but I was just kind of like, okay, I'm good. If I watch this right now, I won't be excited, I don't think.
That's fair. I think whenever you get off of a piece of media and there's like follow-up stuff, you can't immediately jump right into it unless you were having like the best time.
Right, which like, had the finale been like incredible, I would have been like, yup, dive right in, you know? But like, with how the finale was, I was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, speaking of media with like follow-up media or spin-off media, like Evangelion, man, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I watched like the original series, got to the end and was just like, what the fuck is this? And then just stopped. Like, I wasn't gonna follow it up with a bunch of movies and shit. You can tell me all day that it's good, or that it's not, or that it means X or Y. I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, not gonna watch it, and also don't care. Like, I think, like, and that's obviously, this is totally subjective, but like,
Anti-gravity death force!
if I have to like dig deep into the meaning of some
Oh,
sort of piece of
shit.
media to find any sort of enjoyment for it, like I'm just like,
Right on!
because sometimes I could just be like, yeah, sure, maybe it does have meaning. I don't care.
Raspberry! Double
Yeah,
kill.
nipples.
Oh, nice. Throw crazy
yes,
mode.
Yes. Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you met my friend Chuck?
Yeah. Whoop. I asked Jonathan if I could suplex you. I was like, you know, everything is the same in our lives. Fuck.
Except I can suplex.
I can suplex you. Like, I don't look different. I'm not necessarily, like, stronger in any way, but I can just, like, suplex you. Or do, like, wrestling moves on you. He's like, I was like, would you still love me? And he was like,
Double S because of the speed of it.
he was like, I mean, I guess. I was like, so if I was just, like,
I think that, you know what? If that were me being asked that, I'd be like, it would depend. Like, yes, you have the ability to suplex. How frequent is this suplex?
well, I gave him the
happening?
example of me being like, oh, babe, I love you, and come up and hug him from behind. And he's like, oh, I'm getting a hug from behind. And I just suplex him because I'm just like, I know you took the last slice of the peach crumb cake. And just like, boom.
God damn.
And he was like, I mean, that sounds like my life would be in danger often, so no.
Yeah, what you've described is an abusive relationship.
No.
Where he can't enjoy peach crumb cake.
If he took the last slice that was supposed to be mine, yeah,
But was
he
it
gets
supposed to be
suplexed.
yours? Did you
mean-
declare this?
In the context of what I'm describing, yes.
mm.
What I'm trying to describe, I was trying to give off that like the last slice was for me.
Okay, so in this context, he's stolen from you.
Yes, and so he gets suplexed. That's fair. right now in the real world, the world we live in, where
Bubbie's living on some Hammurabi Code shit.
Right now in the real world where I can't
That's how she
suplex him,
dates.
I do the gun thing. Not a real gun. Don't at me. I just do like a little like.
Just shove
I
your
make
2 fingers in
a
his
little
pit.
shape of gun, put it in his armpit. He does it to me too, and then now he does this thing where he puts his hand like a circle form, and he just like hits my ribs and goes chest tube, and I'm like, no chest tube. Or he'll just like we'll be in line, fucking waiting for food, right? And he'll just like kind of lean in and like kind of whisper like, "Have you ever been chest tubed? Or have you ever had a chest tube?" And I'm like, "No," and pop, he's already like doesn't actually hurt me, but he's like chest tube. I'm like, no. I don't like to think about that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's terrible. He's had one. He knows they're bad. You lanky ass fucker. Well, cause that's the thing.
That's his problem. Is he's lanky.
No, getting a pneumothorax, which is like air in your lungs that's not supposed to be there because it's like on the outside of the lung, which then like presses your lung. Like, if you are more susceptible if you're like a tall male teenager. That's like those are
a gangly boy.
Those are just your risk factors. If you're like teenage/young man, tall and skinny, you're more likely to just have one. So sure enough, when he hit his like final growth spurt where he like grew a fuck ton in such a short period of time that he even got like stretch marks from it because it was just like such a fast growth spurt, his body couldn't handle it and just like blah, lung gave out.
See, this is. Just Travis squatting and shivering in place, like me after I have too greasy a pizza.
I was gonna say,
just over the toilet, just like.
That's oh my god! I was on his like wild poop, like a wilderness poop. Quick side story because I thought of this because of saying wilderness poop.
I was about to comment about how, ladies, you need to find yourself a short king, thicker gentleman.
Yeah.
Who is above the legal age.
Whose lung won't collapse. To be fair, I didn't know him when
who
his
doesn't
lung
have
collapsed.
weak baby lungs.
I did not know him when his lung collapsed because he was in high school. I didn't meet him in high school. But
You fit?
I've talked about this. Our mom's a nanny. And the family she nannies, one of the families she nannies for, I also babysit them sometimes. When there's 2 kids, the younger one being a girl. When she was younger, and mind you, this girl is wild. She's crazy. Like, I feel like second child is usually a little bit more like wily than the first. Yes, I know I'm a second child. Yes, I've confessed this. It's the truth. Like, I wasn't that crazy of a kid, but in comparison to Sush, who wouldn't even cry to be fucking fed, like, I'm pretty, I'm pretty crazy. Or I was pretty crazy. And so this mom and her were at a park, and they were just like walking around, and she had been gone camping with her parents like a week or 2 before, and she was taught natural pee, which is like you're outdoors in the wilderness and you just drop your pants, you squat, and you piss because you're in the wilderness, so it doesn't matter where you pee, right? They're out in the park, and she goes, Nina, I gotta go pee. And Mom's like, okay, well, I'll take you to the bathroom. And she's just like, I'm gonna do a natural pee. And Mom was like, what? And she'd already like dropped her pants and just pissed in the middle.
Just drop trow, huh?
But not like a hiking trail, not like in a woodsy area. Like, I've been to the park this happened in. The park is very open. So like, you're just minding your own business at park, and there's this like 3-year-old just like squatting and peeing. Or maybe she shat herself. It was one of it was pee or poop. Either way is bad. Poo's worse though.
I'm gonna assume it was pee because if it was poop, her parents were very irresponsible in how they taught her that. Because you're supposed to like dig a little John.
Yeah, but she probably skipped that part.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think they did a very good job teaching her, or she didn't learn it very well.
Listen, if they taught it to her, I don't trust her to keep that in her brain. I don't know. She's pretty smart. She's a clever kid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have heard tell of this kid.
Oh my gosh, both of them are too smart for their own good sometimes. Especially somebody who's like worked with them directly.
You gotta know you're in for something special. You gotta feel it in your bones.
Oh, you're gonna find what you need all in time. If you're looking for it, na 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 na. If you're looking for it, na 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 na.